Hey, what up, boys? I just wanted to talk about this. I sent my therapist an email yesterday. I just wanted to share that. But first, I want to share the thing that made me want to write this email. So I saw the slideshow, and it was like, this dude talking to this monk, and he's like, "I'm ready to align to my highest path." The monk is, or not the monk, like they're talking to Buddha, and Buddha's like, "Not yet. You're not ready, kiddo." And then the guy's like, "Why not?" And then Buddha's like, "You haven't been honest with yourself." And then the guy's like, "Yes, I have. I've detached. I've meditated. I forgave. I am spiritually aligned. I am ready." And then Buddha was like, "And yet you still make demands unsatisfied." And the guy's like, "What's your point?" And the Buddha says, "You wear your spirituality as a badge for your ego." That's not true. Then why are you not satisfied? Fine, I'm not happy. I don't want to detach from everything. I don't want to give up on things I used to enjoy. I want to live a normal life. And who has created these rules for you to follow? The Buddha says. Ego and fear has crept so deep into your psyche that you have created an imaginary prison with rules you must follow. Go be human, enjoy your life, and return with a smile, and then maybe I will have something for you. And that's the end of the slideshow, right? And so that is something I've thought about I've thought about here and there, like this idea that it's like I've set up all these rules and expectations for, well, what for, right? Like, well, whose rules are these, right? And so I wrote to my therapist. I would show you on the screen, but it has my email, and I don't want you to, and my therapist's email, so I'm not gonna, for obvious reasons. And so I sent to her, "I've thought about this before, but it's resonating more now." I literally verbatim copied. "I feel as if I wear my spirituality as a badge for my ego, and I thought I escaped the ego trap of spirituality years ago, but I see that I'm still here. It is just another way to tell myself that I am special." And this relates to the point that one of my therapists, she told me one of my biggest ego defenses that I have is this thing that I'm special. And the opposite coin of that I'm a piece of shit. Like, when things go bad, I'm a piece of shit. When things go right, I'm a special person, And like when I had my spiritual awakening, and let's just say in 2020, I fell into that trap instantly. Like, because the whole point of spirituality is that, maybe some collectiveness, collective consciousness, or like that we are all one, or all this oneness, this, or even if you take it in any way, like it's never "I'm better than you." And that's how that was the first ego trap, is like, oh, I'm spiritually inclined, and these people are all like, the whole vernacular and verbiage around when people are talking about how others are bots, and how there's people that are just bots walking around the world, or these people are unawoken. It's always of a language of, I'm so spiritually awoken, and these people are fucking like little bugs and like bots, and they're like, but that's a misunderstanding. So anyways, I digress. It is just another way to tell myself that I am special. But isn't the point of spirituality that everyone is special, and thus no one is special? All people are buckets of water from the ocean of God. So yet, because I'm aware that I am water in a bucket, that makes me better than those that aren't aware of it. My sight is what differentiates me. Rather than understanding this truth and moving forward, I spend my days reminding myself how special I am, tooting my own horn. And when I'm not tooting my own horn, I'm telling myself that I'm the biggest piece of shit of all time, or a disgusting creature. This or that, high or low, all or nothing. Every time I've tried to detach from the ego, it always creeps back in without me knowing. But life is about enjoyment, not about becoming a monk or the most spiritually inclined. It's about relationships, and not being so above everyone else that you don't have any. But the idea that I have to detach and be sober and read and be perfect and go to therapy and stay grounded and eat healthy and stay aligned, all of these are just imaginary rules that I've created for an imaginary prison that I've put myself in. The same game that I play with others to see if they love me is the same game I am playing with myself to see how special I am. And what I'm talking about there is me and my therapist always talk about this game that I play with others from a young age, when I would run away as a child, and then watch from afar to see if people come look for me, to see how much they love me, right? And this is kind of, it still pops up every now and then. Like, one day I went and I slept on the couch to see if Julian, because we had like a little bit of a tiff, and I slept on the couch but not because I wanted to sleep on the couch, but to see if she cared enough to come see me, right? Like, but why am I testing my own relationship with my partner, right? Like, why am I still, and and you'll learn as you're in a relationship too. You're still going to see these patterns of behavior, and you're going to still see times where people that you've internalized start to come out. Like, there's so many times I act like my dad, and there's so many times that Julian acts like her parents when neither of us are grounded, and we're both like over here, woo woo woo. And these things, when we're over out here and ungrounded, we start to fight and we start to bicker, and challenges become against each other rather than together, and we always have to come back to a center point, which we always do, but sometimes it takes a while. But anyways, that's the game I'm playing. Is like, I just see I will test people, and the thing is that the test is always rigged so that nobody can win, so that I could prove to myself, oh, I'm not lovable or nobody loves me. But like, it's not all the time now. I've definitely gotten better, and I know what this is, right? Like, it's my favorite was helping me point this out, right? But anyways, if I follow the same game that I play with others to see if they love me is the same game I'm playing with myself to see how special I am. If I follow all of the rules that I am a god, I'm a freak of nature, and if I don't, then I'm a piece of shit. Never do I give myself the chance to be a human. How interesting. Am I not special for being able? Am I not special? However, am I not special for being able to have these thoughts? Maybe I am. But whether or not I'm special or not doesn't matter. Do I care more about being special than being a human being? And that was like the gist of it. And that end is me going back to like, but I am special. Look, like no normal person would be having these thoughts with their therapist. Like, you know what I mean? Like the normal day-to-day person wouldn't be having these thoughts. Like, of course I'm special. But it's like, does that matter though? Like, why why is me being special this identity that I hold on to? Because it doesn't, whether I am or not, doesn't really matter, It matters what I do with my life, right? So I was thinking about that. And now I just want to leave that there. And then I will share this, though. I saw this poem. And I don't know how I'm going to relate everything, but let's see if I can get to a scene where I can see myself. Oh. Wait. Okay. So here's this poem. And it's called, I couldn't find, like, I can't, she's a spoken word poet. This is not actually her. Her name's not Lane Riley. This poem is by Ariel J. But I started getting what I asked for, and I got scared. I almost handed it back because I've never been up that high. I started living how I asked for, and then I rebelled like I was under attack because I've never been up that high. I started flying like I seen it in my dreams for years, and then I felt scared of wings growing out of my back because I have never been up that high. But when I hit the ground, see the soil held me close and whispered, "You'll do well. Hug the air and she will hug you back. I know you've never been up that high." Then the rain came and washed me clean. A strike of lightning set some fire to my dreams, and the wind climbed under my wings, lifted me up again with one big swing, and I was flying. Beaming with pride, I know the elements are cracking a smile. I think I'm ready now. Wow, I ain't never been up this high. And it's exactly what I'm going through. And it kind of relates to the thing with the therapist is like, let me try to figure out how I'm going to. It's like, I think a lot of these imaginary rules that I'm setting for myself is to keep my ego feeling like everyone has an ego. You can't detach from ego. That's part of being human, right? I'm not trying to like fully. I've had to learn that too. But it's like my ego is trying so hard to stay in control and to create these boundaries and these imaginary rules to make me feel like I'm in control. But because of that, I'm losing out on gifts, right? Because it's like I started getting what I asked for and I got scared, right? Last March, I got into the accelerator program. And it was really hard to get into, and I got into it, and I dropped out because I got scared. And during that time, I went back into addiction, and my ego regained control because I got exactly what I asked for, and it scared me. And I didn't almost hand it back; I fully handed it back. And then I got it, and then we're back here, and we're back today, where I'm in the program now, and I'm feeling more confident than ever, right? I started living how I asked for, and then I rebelled like I was under attack. It's like I'm living a certain way, and I'm trading, and I'm meeting new people, and I'm getting healthy, and I'm engaged, and all these crazy things are happening. But I'm still in a lot of ways asking for permission, waiting for someone to give me permission. But that thing is me. And like, you know, and a lot of this is my ego like holding me back because the ego is like trying to be small, controlled, contained, and keep you safe. That is the nature of the ego, to keep you safe. But the nature of the spirit doesn't care about safety. The spirit doesn't give a fuck about safety at all. What the spirit gives a fuck about is expansion, and is about becoming. The spirit, you know, wouldn't be like, I've never been up this high. It would be like, wow. It wouldn't be because I ain't never been this high. This is the spirit talking down here. Beaming with pride, I know the elements are cracking a smile, and I think I'm ready now. But even this is not really the spirit, because the spirit doesn't think. But it is, wow, I've never been up this high. It's a knowing. It's a feeling. It's like, it doesn't know what low or high is. It just exists in the present moment, right? And I think this poem is this transformation of a person kind of breaking out of their shell, of beginning to be in alignment with God or with the universe with full trust, right? Because a lot of times, you know, it's all the same thing to me. But, you know, when they find Christ, right, and their life starts getting crazy, or they start getting in line with the universe, or whatever it is, you know, find Buddha, whoever they talk to, start Allah, whatever it is. Things start happening, bro. Things start happening rapidly. Well, a lot of bad shit will happen, right? Like, there's always a lot of bad shit, a lot of testing. But when you get past that and you learn the lessons of the tests, things will start rapidly progressing at a rate you can't even handle. And it's scary because your ego's like, what the fuck is going on? But your spirit is like, yeah, let's go. And you start, and a lot of times you receive the blessings that you ask for, but then you block them, and your ego blocks them, right? And it's not that you're not ready. It's that you have to overcome that fear. Or I don't want to speak for y'all, but I have to overcome that fear. And so it's like, this relates to the imaginary rules, and it relates to what I told the point of that the last thing of the slideshow that I didn't show you guys, but about my email was like, once again, life is not about setting all these imaginary rules so that I can validate to my ego that I'm a worthy person. And I was telling Jamil this earlier, because he was like, I'm doing everything right and bad things keep happening. I'm not going to share what he told me, but I'm doing everything right and I'm not getting anything. But it's like, that's a lie from the ego. It's just telling you that, okay, if you could do X, Y, and Z, then you'll be deserving enough of this thing, or this job, or this level of success, or this relationship. If you do all these things like a checkbox, then there is this equal exchange of goods. But that's not, like, the universe and God is not a vending machine. It's not, I do these things and things come. Like, that's not how that works. Things happen when you get, like you gotta really think about when you were a kid. When you were a child, would you be like, holy shit, I've never been up this high? Or would you be like, oh God, I'm scared of being this high, right? Like, as a kid, would you care about eating healthy? Would you care about, like, you know, and I'm not saying it's not important to eat healthy. I'm sure you should eat healthy. But would you care about following all these rules and regulations? Or as a kid, do you just exist and you move with intuition, and you move with your gut, and you move with a childlike whimsy about the world and a naivety? And I know it's hard to get back to that naivety, but it's like, that's what I need when I'm doing my best, when I'm so centered. I'm just moving and I'm not worried about, I just have dreams, I have aspirations, and that's fine. And you want to execute on things, and you want to make things happen in life. But it's not, you don't make those things happen through anxiety by being like, how are we going to get there? Oh shit, I got to get there in 2 days. Oh God, if I don't accomplish this by this year or by this time, then I'm a fucking terrible person. Like, none of that exists. Time doesn't really exist for the spirit, you know? Time, like, in the spirit, which we all have, it's not about being spiritually inclined or not. It's about being grounded, right? Like, it's not about who reads the most or who does the most. It's who is tight with their intuition, right? Like time doesn't need. Like the spirit might accomplish something in a month that the ego was convinced could take a year, and that's what I'm trying to say. Is that like a lot of times we give ourselves deadlines. Okay, like even yesterday, I gave myself year-long goals. I'm gonna hit 10K subscribers by the end of the year. I'm gonna pass a funded account. I'm gonna have my company built by this time. I want to be jacked. But I could get all of that done in a month. I can pass my funded this month. I can get. I'm already getting. It's already happening. Look, what the fuck? You guys can. This is bad bad detailing right now. But you know, and building this company might be more exponential than I could think. You know, what the spirit can do in a week, the ego is convinced will take a month. Is what you know what I'm saying? Time doesn't exist when synchronicity start happening. Oh, but anyways, I don't know if anyone followed along. I'm probably gonna stop yapping because I could keep yapping. But I think 15 minutes is enough. But I don't even know what the title of this video. But guys, girls, gays, queers, they, them, z's, are anyone. Anyone. Have a blessed rest of your Thursday. Tomorrow's a beautiful Friday. I'll catch y'all 10-4.